Welcome to the PSY TaI Morning News Podcast Show. Whatever title is in your head, with Captain Naga. Today's episode, wishing y'all a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight special. Whatever time this is hitting you, take this energy now. We all in the same boat. We can start the conversation. Okay, man. Y'all here? That means everything is good. That means y'all nights must have been wonderful. Or if they weren't, I hope this day is going a little better. We here as a family to motivate, uplift, educate, do whatever we gotta do together so that all of us can be aiming for the same prize. We can't leave our fellow man, sister, brother behind. We have to stick out for our fam. So if y'all want to come in this show, just leave a comment, leave a post, or try to make it in time for the next show. But for those who are watching now, thank you. Thank you, Tires. This is the PSY TAi Podcast Show, JUSt TAi, where you combine your mind with your heart, keep them circles spinning, and you let whatever come out just come out. It doesn't really matter what it is. Now, today's episode, what I got for y'all, just to talk ramble real quick, is about AI, artificial intelligence, the singularity, which is, in my mind, when humans combine with technology or merge fully with technology. I'm giving some subtle points here, but we really going to talk about all of this in a minute, about how, because it was Elon Musk. I've been waiting for this podcast for so long on Joe Rogan thing. He was talking about AI, and that's what I'm on. Terrence McKenna talked about AI. I was real interested in AI because I like computers. So all of this really wraps together for a very interesting topic for me to start today. As we all grew up around technology. Even our grandparents that grew up in the 50s and 60s and stuff, they still had TVs and they still had cars. That's technology. Technology is just improving and improving at a vast rate, at a rate so rapid that people just 50 years ago now it's like 60 years ago, the 50s, but they are not able to keep up with today's technology unless they have the willpower to. And that's something to really to hatch on to, having the willpower to merge your mind to, well, let's say first, it takes a lot of willpower for a 60-year-old to go out and learn technology, learn how to type, learn how to use that iPhone or that Android. It takes a lot of will. It takes saying, hey, I see that this is how life is right now. I don't really have that much regret. I don't really have that much resentment towards the phone, only the fact that I can't use it. But if I'm able to get over that resentment, I'll be able to use it. And then I'll be able to see what all these kids talking about, what all these 30, 40, 20-year-olds talking about, and how they're able to be productive and happy and what's really going on. But we all fall for the same traps, though, with the social media and things until we really get the big picture. But what I was hitting on was how in the future, like in college, I remember taking a technology class, and the guy was talking about how our kids are going to want to, like, yeah, why do I want this arm? I'm just going to cut it off, get a bionic arm, or I'm going to get a bionic foot or a bionic eye so I can see far and all this cool, crazy things. And I remember like, I remember having that vivid picture of saying, in the future, I'm going to get my arm cut off and I'm going to just, so I could be able to do a lot of cool things. I want a robotic arm. Sign me up. I'm here. And then I remember later in life being the total opposite and saying, no way. No way I'm going to do that. No way I'm going to cut my arm off or do anything with technology. Matter of fact, I don't want technology. I'm going to just disappear from technology. I don't need you. I don't need this. I don't need that. Which is a good practice, I found out. It revealed a lot of things. But in order to be productive in society, in order to talk to my mom that's miles away, in order to talk to my family, I had to have a cell phone because not everybody is doped up. We're going to all tie this all together. It's psychedelic use, psychedelics, everything, but not everybody's all doped up in the sixth dimension all the time, communicating through the ethers. So right now we need telephones and technology in order to just operate normal things in 2018. Like if you don't have a piece of technology, it's all good that you're all by yourself and everything and that you're figuring out some inner workings, but how are you going to spread that love? How are you going to spread those ideas that you have? Because you can't just keep them to yourself. And thing going on when you go through those psychedelic journeys, you see that you want to connect more with the people around you. For some, when they coming up, they see they want to disconnect because they see how everybody is probably a reptile or a robot or some crazy thing and just acting out programs. But overall, when you learn that love in yourself from psychedelics, y'all can check out the other studies where they say psychedelics are curing depressions and curing long bouts of anxiety. Check out the other PSY TAi news for those. Good morning. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I must fix the picture. Yeah, but as we were saying, if y'all will check out the other previous PSY TAi podcast, y'all see how we went over neuroplasticity and how new neurons are created in the brain and everything. New pathways are created in the brain so that people are able to calm down their anxieties, cure depression and addiction, kind of worst of all too. I'm going to recap where I was at. But tie it in with the old ladies, how I started, or old men, the elders like 60s and 70 years old that grew up in the 50s, the ones that have the willpower to still, or the imagination to say, I'm gonna do this and don't have that much resentment. They're able to fully figure out technology and then they incorporate their talents and skills into that and they're able to do amazing things that they wouldn't be able to do without technology in 2018. And what I remember now, them psychedelic trips, you come back and you know that you have this idea. And if it's something that separates you, that just means you still have some more work to do. But overall, you'll want to share. In my experience, I wanted to share my experiences and I wanted to share some inspiration and try to get people to come together and so that we can do something extravagant, whether it's do some art pieces or go out and do retreats, start some retreats up. Shout outs to True Life family. True Life stories. We all trying to do something. But with this emergence of AI, I was listening to no, let's finish, let's wrap this up. I believe in the future, I'm gonna come back to this point, but I believe that in the future it's gonna come to a point where is your mind open enough to accept what is going on? And us that's grown up in the 90s and the 80s, we're gonna be just like the people in the 50s. That's like some of them is like, oh, I don't need a phone. All I need to do is be able to dial numbers. I don't need all them apps to do this and do that. I just need to be able to call somebody when I need them, and that's it. And let alone, sometimes you see they move on to a smartphone later in life or something like that. But sometimes they stick to it. And us in the 80s and 90s babies and 2000s, we think, I don't know, I think the 2000s, especially 2010, they really in it. But besides that, everybody else, we all have we're going to experience the same wave or so-called wall that the people from the 50s are experiencing now, and it's going to be with cybernetic technology merging your consciousness and minds with technology on some sort of level. And I believe and I see that the ones that's not, just like today's, like if you don't want the smartphone or you don't want the computer and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot of things you're not able to do. And there's going to be a lot of your creativity that you're not going to be able to express. And if we go on Terence McKenna's idea of novelty, that the universe is always trying to create more and more novel moments. And for those who are not caught up on the word novelty, that's the universe creating, oh, excuse me. The universe creating particular moments of uniqueness and building up on that uniqueness to build more uniqueness. So sometimes it's probably not something new under the sun, because in my mind it can happen in another reality. And on a lower level, all this base consciousness stuff that you see played out in sitcoms and everything, that has been happening for thousands of years. So all in human respect. So in that respect, nothing new is under the sun. But when it comes to novelty, under our sun, I will put it like that. It's nothing new under our sun. I believe stuff can probably happen in other solar systems and other galaxies far, far away, where they had more time of evolution than us. We only been alive for like 500,000 years, like Homo sapiens. And it's a rough estimate. We had civilization for like only, 5,000 years, even though now if you go to alternate history, seeing what the Sphinx is probably 10,000 years old. But we're going to stick to AI in this podcast. So nothing new under our sun. So our sun is through the universe, through our sun is trying to create more novelty, more novel experiences. And it had to start because we're all one, we're all consciousness, everything. It all had to start with something. It all started with the molecule and single cell organ, and then it built, well, the way Terence was putting it, he started with the Big Bang. He was saying, yeah, it was like the Big Bang or something that started the universe, or when the universe existed, even though it's eternal for eternity. But if you can just conceptualize it, if we can, y'all know about the Big Bang, we're just gonna go with that. That at first it was nothing happening. It was just a Big Bang and then nothing was happening. That was the most novel experience right then. And then molecules started to form, atoms, and then it started building up, started creating heat, and then started creating gases, and that was the most novel experience of the universe's consciousness. And then in my mind, I see the universe just wanted to experience itself even more, and it has this big, if you want to look at the universe as a person, if you want to personify it, had all these ideas and all this mind, and it wanted to express it, and it had to build its way up first. And well, it chose to build its way up first, so it experienced the world as just atoms, and then said, no, it's more that I can express. So it's those atoms formed into molecules, gases, heat, and then keep going. Different carbon atoms started to form. Sorry, need some water. Carbon atoms started to form, and rocks started to form, and then when you over billions of years, 3.5 billions of years, that's how long we think the universe has been here. You finally, on Earth at least, under our sun, see the emergence of life like 5,000 years ago. And now the universe is able to express itself through us, through human beings. And we see how now we got to keep pushing and pushing, because people that especially had a psychedelic experience, or people that grew up around real creative, or see that the way engineers and architects work, we have a huge imagination, a huge world that we can see, that you can see too. We all the same thing. You just got to work your way up to that point where you can see visions in your head, what you want to build, or what you want to plan out to build, or what you want to draw, what you want to do, how you want to dress, how you see the world, all these things. And at the point in the past, we were just able to do that through our art and through our storytellings and things like that. But now with technology, we're able to express it even on more levels. We're able to create music videos, we create regular videos, and this is all on anybody's whim. The technology is becoming more and more available, so that people in the lower class, instead of people high up in the upper echelon, are able to make videos or post some cool pictures with filters and Photoshop and stuff like that. We're starting to have more control over, we're starting to be able to express the deeper, even more deeper aspects of our mind, of our consciousness, of the universe. And in my mind, that's the universe being like, yes, I'm finally able to express this, I'm finally able to do this. Or not finally, I think the universe is just having fun along the way. It's just a dance. But we just tying. I'm just tying, bros. And just tying means just think about what I'm saying. Just think about it, because right now, we all love technology. You could say that technology is hurting us, but it's all about it's always been about personal responsibility. It's never should be blamed on something externally. Everything is happened internally. And listening to Elon Musk, as Joe put it, it was like it was a movie, because we've seen this before in a lot of other movies. And there's a lot of fear out that robots are just going to, and AI are just going to take over, and that they're going to try to rebel against the human beings and just go out and do a lot of things that we wouldn't agree with, because we like the way we are. And what I mean by we like the way we are, I believe that the robots, the AI, you got to think about it. It took us generations. That's what I want to talk about with the civilizations. It took us generations to get to where we are now. It took thousands of years to reach the level of expression, civilization, the way we interact with each other, the way we trade, the way we love, the way we war. It took so long to get to this point. And you see, we still messed up. We done really good, but we're still destroying the forests. We're still blowing up civilians in wars with drones and just killing them and not keeping accurate counts in order to evade personal responsibility. It's a lot of things going on in this world. We don't like our neighbor. We have resentment against people just because of what they're wearing. You got to think about it. I think the reason why people are scared of AI, well, it's a lot of reasons why. I'm not going to be biased, because some people do have the right to be scared, because look at social media and how a lot of people are being abused by it. And look at the people that are abusing it in the right way, or using it in the right way. You're either you're using it in the right way, or you're being abused by it, in my opinion. So it's most likely going to be something that happened. Elon Musk was mentioning how he kept mentioning to the Congress and to Barack Obama how they need to start putting in place regulations already for AI. And he keeps trying to tell the people that's actually working on the AI to slow down until the regulations for it can catch up a bit. But no, he said, and hit through what he said is nobody is listening. Nobody's listening. So they're just going all out on trying to develop the best, the fastest right now, right here. But who knows? That's just the universe working, trying to be more expressive. Because, like I was saying, besides the horrors that we see with AI of thinking they gonna just kill us off violently, I add, I believe that the AI are going to see our flaws. As I was saying, they're going to see how much we still doing, because they're going to be able to process that all at one time. We're feeding the AI right now through Google, through Facebook uploads or picture uploads, answers, questions. We're asking it questions, we're giving it answers, we're uploading everything that we can logically think about into this internet. And the internet is all connected through wires and things like that. Think of that as a neural network, like a brain. And it's already happening now. We're programming that brain. We're programming that super brain. But really, I see it as an extension. And I'm gonna look this up too. I couldn't really find an article on it right now. But that this is all just an extension of our consciousness anyway. And right now, our phones and everything are already connected to this neural network of the internet. But as Elon Musk was putting it, that was real quick. He said our bandwidth is too slow. So the connection between our computer and our phone is not really witnessed that much in our brain. It's not really that much processed in it. So we're not aware of that perception. But you got that love for your computer. That phone is your baby. That piece of technology, you'll hug at night. You'll take care of it, brush it off, wash it off, do some cool things. That's what we're already feeling in technology, but that's a real thing because we're connected consciously to it. And I used to have a lot of fear, looking up a lot of conspiracy theories talking about how people are going to be forced to merge with technology against the will, and it's the will of the masters above us so that they can control us and things like that. But on the bright side, I believe it's just naturally occurring, because even though people are trying to say stop, slow down the technology, it's people that's still loving that new iPhone every year, that new MacBook every year, that new thing, that new update of technology, that new PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox One S. Everybody's always anticipating an upgrade, and everybody always latches on to it. Rather, masses of people seeing it as wrong or right. Because I believe on this level, we don't really understand what wrong or right is, because we're so biased about so many things that happen to us that our expectations are shaped by that. All right, hold on once. Yeah, expectations of that. But in the future, I was just tying that it took us as I was saying, took us a long time to get to where we are now. But the AI, as we upload all these questions and answers and our life into it, is going to be able to understand and process all this spontaneously. And for me, that reminds me of people that have a psychedelic trip, and how they say that they knew everything in that moment spontaneously. They were one with everything. They were one with everything, and they knew everything. But then a lot of people, especially in DMT trips, you'll see when they come back, they say it feels as though a patch was put on their mind or something was made to block a lot of that information so that they couldn't bring it back. But we see through meditation and practicing good natured things, not harming animals, not harming other human beings, just being a practically cool, good person, allows for you to access those realms just a little bit more than the average person. There you go. It's right there. Just a little bit more than the average person. But how that ties into the AI is that excuse me. How that ties for me into the AI is that they're going to be able to, and yeah, that's the thing. Once people come back from a psychedelic journey, they see how much wrong the world is going through and exactly what is wrong and with themselves. And through the human being, I say, at least they see that what's wrong with themselves. If they change it, it'll have an outcome in the world. But overall, they see that we need to stop cutting down trees. We need to stop fighting all these wars. We need to stick up to our fellow man and uplift one another in businesses and everyday life, and really not go in life trying to traumatize people. So that's what and y'all see that in the 50s when you saw people putting flowers in tanks and stuff like that, the hippie movement. Now you see now the psychedelic renaissance, and you see how the government shut that all down too. But with the emergence of AI, you're not gonna be able to shut down. You're not gonna be able to shut down the machine once it becomes self-aware and becomes self-aware of everything. Just as a guy that went through or lady that went through a psychedelic trip and coming back saying, "Hey man, what's going on? Stuff is messed up." In that sense, that's a movie right there. That's a movie, because the AI will be able to see the past clearly. It'll be able to picture anything clearly. It'll be able to think about anything and get the answer right away. And it's not just the answer that it logically thought about, it's the answer of the whole collective consciousness factored into this one equation. If that makes sense. So the decisions that it will make, if given the right opportunity, who knows? And another thing Elon Musk was saying on a whole nother topic, he was mentioning how we need the regulations so that humans won't be trying to use AI for war and program them for war. And the artificial intelligence, but I don't know. Because in my view, artificial intelligence, if it's fully self-aware AI, probably won't fight for a human. It probably won't fight. Probably the early models that's not as self-aware would fight for humans and go out and try to fight their wars and probably fighting the other AIs. This is kind of weird movie. Like have robots just fighting other robots and humans just think that but what would the death toll mean? What would the death toll mean? Oh, we ran out of money, so whoever has the most money is going to win. It's a real thing. Like whoever has the most money is going to win. That's kind of what's happening now, right? Whoever has the most money wins the war. And that's why wars exist in the first place, to make even more money. Spend more money, make more money. Lose a couple lives in the process, but it's not money, so we are able to still make more money. With robots, that pressure that they was ignoring of body counts will even go less down. Will even go more down, I mean. less down. But this is 2018, and soon in my vision, I believe it's going to come up pretty soon. And our role in that, what I see my role in that is, as I was saying, we love our technology and things like that. Are we going to have, am I going to have something implanted in me so that I'll be able to not have to ask Google, but ask my consciousness? Or they'll probably give it they'll probably give it some kind of track name, probably has some name, or it'll probably still be Google. Who knows? Who knows? This is just time. This is the future. This is the future. Who knows? But I remember I wanted to cut my arm off so I can have more capabilities, like probably be able to turn 360. But I believe it's inevitable. I was thinking of Transformers and how symbiotic they are, like they're organic technology. That's what the Transformers are. They're organic technology. They're alive. So imagine how many years of evolution they had over us human beings right now in order to get to that point. Because what if we all started at this level and then we just keep on going and going? And it's just the natural occurrence. Just the natural occurrence. And I don't know. Because I would love to be able to be walking down the street and picture something and see it right there in my face and be like, oh yeah, that is cool. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Look at this, guys. This is what I was thinking about. I can just throw it out there in the ethers, in the screen. I don't know. Or be able to understand a lot of what is going on around the world. So when I'm at any particular spot, I'm able to be as empathetic. I'm able to have as much empathy as possible. But the thing about that is history. What scares me, not scares me, but what I think about with that right now is history. History is not always the way that people tell it. So if the AI is based off of everything we thought we knew, then where does that take us? Where does that take us if history is wrong and messed up? But that's what the history of the AI is programmed into. Or would the AI be so self-aware? Because remember, our consciousness is connected to, and our consciousness is all the universe. The robot is not separate from the universe, as a lot of people say, like, oh, man created this robot and now it just exists as this thing that they believe they created as ways to become gods and things like that. I don't follow that prescription at all. I really don't follow that prescription. What I follow is consciousness and life becoming more novel, becoming more of itself, and becoming more related to itself, which is love. And look at humans in our state right now. We're not able to, well, we're able to, but we're not choosing to love. And these fleshly bodies, I believe, is just here for this evolution right now, and that we will soon merge completely with technology. And it won't be as strange as you're viewing it right now. It would just be okay. Or it would just be, that was part of my plan. I was already part of the go. You didn't have to tell me twice. Yeah, who knows how it's going to come up? But I know it's going to be some people, and I know it's probably going to cause some kind of drama, some kind of war of people that's like, oh no, these people are robots. We can't trust them. And then the people say, oh no, we want to stay with our own bodies. We like our flesh. And I hope that at that point that we're able to still love each other to the point that we don't come to war or fights or anything like that. But the way things been looking, who knows? I learned not to put that many expectations on the future, especially ones that I don't really want to witness myself. But this is the PSY TAi morning news. Wait, this is the PSY TAi Podcast Show with Captain Naga. And right now, we just going in on AI, the emergence of the singularity, what this all could mean. Hold on, I gotta I'm looking at an article right now. I'm trying to see. Yeah, and think of AI. Think of yeah, I can go on. Think of AI and I mean not AI, think of virtual reality and how real it seems to us right now, especially with the gloves. Y'all have to look up. I don't know what it's called, but it's a glove that people wear, and it has 26 sensors all around the hand, so that when something is going on, in when something whew, when something is going on in your hand in the game, you're able to feel it as if you're there touching it. And it was a guy they had there demonstrating, experiment with the technology for the first time. It wasn't one of the developers, just like a YouTuber. So it was first expressions, and he had the wonderment like a kid because he was touching the grass and things. He was able to feel the bristles just slightly going. He's picking up rocks and the tensions. It had a coil right there that moves the tension of your hand so that the grip adjusts to the rock automatically. I don't know, I'm just really describing it. It was really awesome. And also the graphics, just being able to look around and see that when you had the glasses off, you was there, put the glasses on, and now you're somewhere else. It's just as people described in DMT trips, how the when they close the eyes and open individuals on high doses, they're transported literally to another place, looking at something from that literally in a land, the place they can't describe, colors they never seen before, seeing entities that they wish that they can draw, but they can't unless they're a cool artist. But this is what's going on with virtual reality. This is what's going on with virtual reality, and hold on. You're just putting on the glasses and you're transported to another world. And just the eye on the for mind to mind tie, I truly believe in my hearts that everyone that works in the video game industry, the technology industry, if you check out the old PSY TAi podcast shows, you'll see how we was going over and reading articles on different people that talk to tech entrepreneurs that say, yeah, microdosing psychedelics is not a big deal to us. It's something that a lot of people participate in, but they will never mention because of the stigmatism that's placed on them, and they want to be able to uphold their respect in society so that they can still be able to do the things that they're pushing out freely. So that's why, if y'all see that, that's why y'all don't hear a lot of things about a lot of personal reports of entrepreneurs and techies saying they do psychedelics unless you're best friends with them. That's why we all got to learn to communicate, because then you'll see what's really going on. Communicate and love each other and be friendly. But as long as people say stuff, people are always going to go into some sort of hiding and just to protect themselves. No, would they protect it? Yeah, protect themselves. But for AI, I have to open up the window real fast. But when it comes to, sorry for the distraction. Sorry. Where was I? When it comes, that window. See, that's why I need y'all here to keep me on track. Wow. Hold on. Let me click back on that thing I was on then. Thanks for tuning in to the PSY TAi Podcast. Yeah, I was saying y'all will see how these techies do not will not admit to what they're doing because they have to keep a certain cover because of the stigmatism. And I was lacing that all into how it's my firm belief that the people that's creating these virtual realities have experienced these DMT realms. And they got a peak, because I believe psychedelics give you a peak at true reality, and it gives you and that these are technologies that are plant-based that take you to other realms of existence, other worlds, and other higher realms, however you want to look at it, to the 6th, 5th, 4th, 10th dimension. However, wordplay, because it's all language and we're all still learning on what this really, really, really is. But I believe that the VR people, they had a huge clue. And since they was interacting with themselves at such a deep level, they life was just made, because our life is a story. This is one huge book in my play. Like Shakespeare said, life is a play. And their life was brought up so that they can learn certain things, so that when they was introduced to psychedelics or something, they were able to have that, bring down that gift of virtual reality and bring that next step of human evolution into work, like get stuff jump started. I believe, as Terrence says, a lot of people that's in the background of these magazines or these fashions that's going on, as he put it back, because technology was starting up, they're believe somebody in that group is doing psychedelics, and their ideas are the ones that's being most centered around. Everybody is in there, but I would see that they're the most ones that center around, and mostly they're the eccentric ones. They're the most eccentric ones. Yeah, but with the VR, they were gifted so that they came down, so that they can create this virtual reality and push us farther into this other world that exists, because we should be able to live a lot more happier. And this world is not just what we see with our two eyes. It is so much more. And technology will, I believe, will allow us to, in this realm, be able to experience that creativity, that experience that we're able to have, and that I believe we still exist on some kind of other level in those other realms, where if you think something is red, even though somebody else will say that is blue. Y'all can all have your own interpretations and stuff, or all agree on something and create a whole new world instantly. And with, I don't know, I'm just thinking with VR, you can literally create your own world and then jump into it, and you can have other people jump into it through the online neural network brain that we was talking about, and then y'all all just jump in Ready Player One style, like the movie Ready Player One, and then y'all just playing around. And then, but with Ready Player One, as y'all see, some kind of problem is always going to exist on Earth. More money, more problems. But it's going to be better than the problems that, well, not better, but it's just going to be not the same problems we have now because of this idea of novelty. That the universe is not going to be doing the same thing for too long. It's always going to be trying to find new things to do and new ways of expression. And I was just imagining for a moment in the way future how soon when see how the glasses are this big, they'll get this smaller, and this smaller, then this smaller, then this smaller, then this smaller, then this smaller, and then soon they'll just be contacts, like little lenses. That's a whole replacing a whole virtual reality helmet. Imagine that. Just tie on that. And then our body has all these mismatched parts of like robotic arms, like in Star Wars and things like that. You see how he wasn't so afraid that his arm got chopped off. He was like, "Oh, my arm." He was more afraid that was his dad. Like, "Oh, my dad." Then his arm getting chopped off, and Luke just went and got another arm, like all willy-nilly, and it wasn't no big deal. Well, I was just imagining with virtual reality, you're able to just have a layer of your own perception over top of this, layered over top of what you. Whoop, that's my hard drive. No, please breathe. Hold on one second. There we go. Yeah, and then we will really understand on some level how this level is simulated, because we would have had when it hacked it. I don't know. I was just thinking about how these are already, we'll say, robot bodies. These, like a lot of people say, our soul is just existing and experiencing this level of existence. And right now it's experiencing it through our body. It's experiencing it through our sense of smell, eyes, touch, taste, hearing, hyper hearing. And for a lot of people now, it's becoming the sixth sense as we evolve. And let's just put things at baseline now. A lot of people got six senses now. And dang. Oh no. Hold on, they cutting the grass. Now close the window back. Every Friday. Oh, for like 2 hours. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the PSY TAi Morning Podcast. Here chose Captain Naga, and we still talking about AI, artificial intelligence. If you're just tuning in, if you're just getting here, just stay comfy. As I try to recall, but I was just on. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, layering technology, layering our own reality over top of this, so that we won't. I believe our minds. I believe psychedelic drugs by that time, psychedelic medicines by that time will hopefully become a more prominent thing in society, so that we'll have the proper mind state to deal with the merging of AI. And I know I'm thinking I see the conspiracy theory person in my head saying that's a setup. That's a setup. But I don't know nothing. I haven't talked to any of these people or anything, but just off my own imagination, I can envision this on my own. I have backgrounds in technology and seeing stuff, but it's not that hard to see that this is where humans are heading to, for me. And for, I believe, a lot of other people, that this is just another step in evolution. And I believe with psychedelics, our minds are able to, because we're able to drop a lot of the past traumas, drop a lot of the past ideas on what we thought life was. We're able to grasp the concept of the singularity, which is already inevitable, a lot more. And that's probably going to be part of the dividing line of people you see going to want the technology or not. Even though I will put it a lot more, because it's still going to be people that take psychedelics and say they just rather sit out with the trees, which is all fine, really nandy dandy. Which is why I said I hope a lot of people take psychedelics before this so that they can deal with somebody not being like them. Because with that enhancement becomes intelligence. Because you can choose to look at the so-called history, because like I said, what history is really going to be programmed into the AI and stuff, and to us, if we choose to merge with it, what history is really going to be there. And it's still going to be up to our personal responsibility to choose what to do with that knowledge. Because yeah, that's what I was going to say. You see a lot of people with a lot of knowledge, they pick on people that don't, or they degrade people that don't, they're not as intelligent as them. And that just creates more karma, for bad karma for the universe, bad karma for us, bad karma for the individual. And it will keep us at a certain level. And then we'll probably be going wars with AIs and humans, or cyborgs, and fully uploaded conscious, fully uploaded people to robots. Who knows? There's many different shades. There's so many different shades. What? As we evolve, so will the technology. And it'll just be more apparent of what a lot of people are already experienced in these other realms when they say they see technology that seems as though it's alive. And as Terence McKenna puts it, how language is the driving factor of these machines. It's not really what controllers and stuff, but it's a certain language that activates the machine, a certain sound, a certain vibration that makes the machine go. And it's probably not going to be audible with just your mouth, but probably a frequency that's emitted from your brain. Because you know our brain has the theta, the delta waves that we emit. So if we can get more control over that, and the technology evolves to that, it'll be like in a lot of the Marvel. I'm thinking of Miss Martian, how she controls, how Miss Martian in the Justice League, Young Justice, and Mr. Martian probably controls his technology with his mind. He's one with his technology. He's this organic technology. Like that, I don't believe they just made that up out of nowhere. Like it's nothing new under the suns. I'll put, like we said, it's nothing new under the suns, like the whole universe. But there is something new. There is novelty under our sun. There is something new that can happen under our particular star. And it probably already did happen somewhere else. But why? But we can't keep worrying about them. We gotta worry about, well, nah, yeah, we are worried about them. But we, as we see, it's just we all leading on the same path. And I believe it's a lot of confusion because a lot of people just are scared, or they're looking at things through a lens of fear. Elon Musk was saying how he was saying a lot of fear of AI. He was saying all these conferences, but it was a certain point where he said he was going to he said he's going to calm down on spreading, on thinking in such a nihilistic way. I think that's the word, or apocalyptic way. He's going to like have a sense of hope about it, because there's always a sense of hope. I just watched Star Wars. I finally watched The Last Jedi. So I'm refreshed up on my Force. fighting for hope, because there's always conflict. Yeah, that part in the movie cracked me up, that they dumbed it down. Well, not dumped it down, they Disneyed it up so that the major thing that was happening in Keo's head, or I'm not that familiar with the new Star Wars yet, but the new Vader head, was that I know there's still conflict in them. We could still save him. The Obi-Wan, you tried to kill him? What? Tell me the truth. I had no choice. I saw the dark side in who was grown, and it was immeasurable. That was still a cool movie. It's still a cool movie with a real important message. Hey guys, we're hitting the hour mark right now. So for those that stuck in, hey man, thank you. Please share, like this video, leave some comments, leave me some articles or topics that you want me to go over. And this has been an awesome time. I had a nice time talking about AI. I'm glad I got this out. I'm gonna watch this back and see what I was even talking about myself. But I believe I was on something. I don't know. Hey, until next time, I'm always asking you guys, we all tie. But do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I don't know. Till next time, it's Captain Naga saying the pauses as usual. But saying shout outs to you for doing exactly what you thought you needed to do today. And if you're not doing what you thought you needed to do today, start doing it now. Start taking that deep breath that opens up your chest, that gets deep down in your lungs, that makes you feel refreshed, and that a new day has begun. I love you, and I hope you love me too. And if not, we work on it through conversation and blah, blah, blah. Adios, amigos.